Good morning, everyone. Welcome here today. I'm Daniel, and today we are here to talk to you about one of the most established clubs at our cells at our college, that is IEDC MEC. Before going any further, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you for being here. And yes, you are all new students, you're all freshers, and we are genuinely interested to see the skills that you put at the table. Now, I think we'll get straight into it. So first, to tell us about what IEDC is, to tell us about what the reality and the expectations that you have is, we have with us Niranjana.
Hey everyone, and welcome to MEC. So this is a very crucial stage in your life, like a very important stage. Throughout your school life, you've heard complete your 10th grade, and then you'll be all set for life. Then after you finish your 10th grade, they're telling you, okay, do your 12th boards well, then you're all set for life. Then like in between, they're also pushing you to do, or you yourself is pushing yourself to do, okay, maybe if I take up engineering or something like that, I'll have a better future, or that's something I'm genuinely interested in. And yes, there are a plethora of thoughts that comes into play when you're choosing your higher education and things. And then finally, when you are settled on a place and you come here, and MEC is a great place. We have great placements. We have a great community. We have a lot of things like that. There is so much happening in this very small college. The college is really, really very small. If you haven't been to the campus, it's a very small campus. But we have so much happening in those, in that hexagonal shape. So yeah. And then some of us at least might be thinking, okay, I'm here, everything is set. I just don't have to do anything. I just have to attend my classes and then I'll be fine. So that is really not how things work, because probably like a lot of us thought that way too. But that is really not how things work. And the whole point is, at any point in life, if you have to move on or if you have to move forward, you have to push yourself. There is no point where you can sit back and relax. Okay, I'm done and said, okay, this is all fine. No, it's not like that. There is always, you have to push yourself to learn more things. You have to push yourself to see what's out there for you before you, decide to settle on something that you would want to do. That is exactly what I feel MEC, more than a college, but as a community of students with various talents, has to offer. And the reality of all of these things is that you have to get yourself skilled. You have to keep learning. You have to keep seeing what is happening out there, because there are so many interesting opportunities. There are so many things with which you can learn. And IEDC is one such place. The other speakers will tell you more about what it is. But what I have to stress on is the fact that if you're here for placements, or if you're here to get yourself skilled and build something on your own, I'm sure a lot of you are attending this because you are all interested in innovating the world with your entrepreneurial skills, or with an idea that you have. Or definitely, like when you wake up every day and when you go through your day, there might be things that you would want in your life, but that currently doesn't exist, that can make your life easier. So we usually build such things, and that's what entrepreneurship is all about. So yes, so I'm sure the reason why you're here is for one such thing, and that all of you here want to know, want to learn more, and that is exactly why you're attending this session. So there is something as engineering students that we have to understand, is that there are things out there that is beyond the chemistry or the physics that you learn in your first year, or the system software or the operating system that you learn in the years to come. So that is what you have to explore by putting yourself out there, and that is the actual reality of things. And I hope that all of you do not stop yourself from learning new things or getting into new things because you're intimidated or you think that is not your thing. The whole point is, get yourself out there, try things. Some things may not work, some things might work, or you never know what you're going to discover. So just make sure you try everything out. And to talk more about IEDC, and we'll have other speakers. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Niranjana, for that little bit of inspiration. That was great. Thank you very much, Niranjana. Now, next up, to talk to you about what entrepreneurship is and about what IEDC MEC represents, we have our very own CEO, Alan Joseph. So, Alan, are you with us?
Hey Daniel, yeah, thank you for the intro.
Yes. Perfect,
So
Alan.
hey guys, yeah. First of all, welcome to MEC. You're in one of the most premier engineering institutes in Kerala, and yeah, congrats on making to MEC. Yeah. So little bit about what entrepreneurship is. First of all, since we're IDC, we promote entrepreneurship in general. So yeah, we at IDC MEC believe an entrepreneur is someone who's able to solve real life problems. All right, not as someone who sees a person in a suit making billions of dollars. That is actually not what entrepreneurship is, to be honest. The broad definition of entrepreneurship goes beyond that. It's a very broad definition. It's quite deep. And an entrepreneur is someone who actually solves real life problems. That is what an entrepreneur is. And we uh, believe in innovation, and that is how we come into the picture, and what we are about. Okay, so yeah, IDC MEC is the innovation and entrepreneurship development cell of MEC. We help you with certain skill sets, to build certain skill sets. Like Niranjana mentioned, we have to go beyond your syllabus to actually be industry ready, be it for your placements or building a startup, whatever it might be. You need to go beyond your syllabus to actually gain industry relevant skill sets. And for that, we actually help you with that. We focus a lot on projects. We focus on pre-incubation. The other speakers will be talking about the services that we offer, the perks and opportunities that we have. So don't worry about that. But yeah, in general, this is what we do. This is what IDC MEC is. We are here to help you with your projects. We are here to help you with your startup ventures. And yeah, basically that. So yeah, a little bit about IDC MEC. We get Kerala Startup Mission's funding. Kerala Startup Mission, as you might all know, is one of the leading startup ecosystem providers in the country. All right, and we consistently on an annual basis we get a significant amount of monetary resources to them, and this money or this fund is utilized to help you with your projects. We help you with seed funding, in the sense we fund your projects. All right, and yeah, this is what we do. We are the most funded cell in MEC. Secondly, we have an active community of experienced individuals. So all the members of IDC MEC are good at what they do. Whatever skill sets they possess, be it technical, marketing, design, whatever it is. We are experienced. We are a set of experienced individuals who are going to help you with that. And yeah, another thing to notice, we were the first IDC in the state. So you might know from your peer group, from your friends, who are in different colleges, be it TKM, CET, or whatever it is. There's an IDC across every engineering college or management school here in Kerala. And actually, we were the first IDC in the state to actually, be the first IDC in the state. We were actually ECEL MEC before, but in 2015, we transitioned into being an IDC. We focused on in the innovation aspects as well, wherein we focus on projects. We help you develop projects. Yeah, so that was a little bit about IDC MEC. Yeah, how we nurture innovators, and how do we exactly do that? The other speakers will be talking about it, so don't worry about that. We consistently organize hackathons, boot camps, and pitching competitions. So, you can check out our social media handles. We'll be putting up the links for that later on. So, yeah, we consistently organize a wide array of competitions for you. So, yeah, when you participate in these competitions, you'll be able to develop a certain skill set, which is going to help you on your journey. All right. Yeah, and we are a very friendly and approachable team. So, our core members, all of our core members are very much approachable. You can approach them anytime for any help whatsoever. We're always here to help you out, to mentor you, to help you during these 4 years in MEC. All right. So, yeah, you can approach us anytime. We're always here. Our team stands out. Our team is the reason why IDC MEC is one of the best entities out there in college. So, yeah, you can approach us anytime. We're always there for you. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you very much, Alan, for giving us a brief glimpse of what IEDC MEC is. So next up, to tell you about reasons why you should join IEDC MEC, we have with us our CDO, the Chief Design Officer, Harinarayan Shaji. So Hari, are you with us?
Yeah,
Perfect,
can you hear me?
perfect. Yes, we can hear you. Perfectly audible, Hari. So please take it away.
Yeah. So hey guys, I'm Hariharan Shaji. I'm a final year computer science and engineering student, and I'm currently serving as the Chief Design Officer of IEDC MEC. So about the perks of IEDC MEC, it's fairly straightforward. Like by joining IEDC MEC, you'll have access to a lot of facilities, but primarily pre-incubation and angel investing. Now, angel investing might sound a bit fancy and far-fetched, but basically what it is high net worth individuals that want to invest in ideas that have a lot of potential. And over the years, we've built up a great network that see a lot of qualities in the ideas that MEC brings out. So as members of IEDC MEC, you will both be building these ideas and helping your peers and your juniors and like bring up these ideas. You'll be facilitating this, just like training cell and placement cell facilitates placement training. IEDC is a cell that facilitates entrepreneurship among the students of MEC. So you're providing a service to MEC here. Next up, we have project funding, which is from a variety of sources, but mainly KSUM. So IEDC MEC has a lot of investors and collaborators that give us funding for the projects that come out from IEDC MEC. Like if you have an idea, if you have like just beginnings of an idea, not even a team ready, you can approach us, like the executive committee or any of the core members, and we'll get it running. We'll get it off the ground. Next up, we have the Fab Lab. Since you haven't gone to the campus yet, you might not be knowing what this is, but it's basically a 3D printing facility that's available on our campus. It was established a couple of years back, and it's completely funded by the KSUM. So in case you have an idea that's product oriented, you don't need to go to a blacksmith or to a manufacturer to get it built. We have a 3D printer that uses the most modern methods available to get it printed from scratch. So next up, we have the IEDC room, the workspace, and the business incubator. This is a building that's coming up behind college where 2 floors will be exclusively for IEDC meetings, seminars, conferences, and for you guys to come together, discuss about the idea, and build it up. So it will be like an exclusive space for the club and all club related, so it's self-related activities. Next up, we have the Project Collab platform, the internship and job opportunities. As for Project Collab platform, so like most of you guys just wrote KEEM or JEE and a few other entrance exams and came here. Like a business idea is not on your mind, or maybe the beginnings of one. So you have a few like a vague idea of something you want to do, but you don't have anything. You don't have any idea on how to go forward. So at this point, the Project Collab platform links you to the people that have the skills that you need, whether it's mentors from other colleges or from like running industry leaders or from your own peers. Say you want to get a logo or a branding, a branding brochure or a branding kit, a brand kit ready, and you don't know who to approach for this. You don't know how many designers there are in your college or in your year. So we'll link you to them. We have a database of students and their skills and where they want to help, and we'll link you to them so that you have the top talent from MEC on your team who are interested in your idea. As for internship and job opportunities, like I said before, we have like a huge set of investors and collaborators that require, and not to mention our own HMECs, right, that passed out earlier and they have their own companies. They also provide a lot of opportunities for you guys, as internships and job opportunities. I personally profited from an HMEC and who started his own company. Another thing, and the final thing is a wide network across the country. This is particularly helpful in like building this network. Like you guys are just you're at MEC now. You've taken the first step. But your CV has one line that you studied at MEC. When you pass out at MEC, the same way as you are now, you'll have one line on your CV, and that's BTech from MEC. You need to build that up. You have the next 4 years to build that up, and for that you need a network. It is the importance of which you won't understand now. You can procrastinate on the opportunities you have now. You can keep putting it off to next year, next year, next year. But like this network, the events that you go to, the people that you meet, they provide the soul of your CV, the opportunities that they give, the events that you take part in. So by joining IEDC MEC, you'll have access to a huge network that literally dabbles in the entrepreneurship sphere. So worst case scenario, say that you don't end up with a job in 4th year and you have access to the entire network of IEDC MEC. Maybe one of your own colleagues in your same year may be bringing up their own company and they may need some employees, and better that than nothing, right? So it's a backup there. So once you have this network ready, it also helps you in, like say, personally, as the chief design officer, I have a team of designers under me, and I've personally profited from this network in through freelancing. So same way, if you're a content writer or a digital marketing, you have interest in digital marketing, this network gives you opportunities like that to like sell your skill, to meet new people in the same area, to meet industry leaders in the industry that you want to work on after BTech too. Now I'll move on to the opportunities. So the first and foremost opportunity is to be an entrepreneur while at MEC. Like we read about lots of startups that are coming up in India right now. The startup culture is like kicking off in India. It has been for the last few years, but in Kerala, it's particularly fresh compared to North India. We have lots of startups coming up from the other parts of India, but Kerala is still in its youngest stages. So the market is crazy, and the amount of funding that you receive, the resources that we have for funding, the incentives that the government itself provides, most people don't know about it. But you guys are in a position to leverage it. Even I didn't know about it in first and third year. Like it's only like at this point that I'm knowing about it, and I still regret that I'm too late in realizing this. So you guys have this crazy opportunity here to avail funding from every level of the government, from central to state, even panchayat level funding is there for startups and incentives, tax benefits, lots of stuff like that. So it's like the perfect time to enter the company, right? And it's like a jewel on your CV too. You have your own company. You're a self-made man already, man or woman. Sorry about that. And also a huge learning curve for your professional growth and a huge boost on your CV. I've been talking about your CV already. And as for your learning curve growth, or for your professional growth, say, you don't really have much in opportunities in MEC for like HR work or digital marketing. Like you may, if you are in like a managerial role in a team for a cell or a club or for an event, and for digital marketing only if you're handling a social media account. But say you already have some experience in it. You might even be doing it casually without knowing what you're doing. The network that IEDC boasts help you realize that your skills are marketable. You've been growing your Instagram, your own personal brand of your Instagram account. You've been growing it to say 2K followers or 1.5K followers on Instagram. And you've been doing it by putting up meaningful content or by increasing your network. So both of these are like very, very useful skills for a digital marketer, but you don't realize that in MEC, right? We have no opportunity for us to realize that, or even more, you don't have any opportunity to realize that you can sell these skills. So this you can do with IEDC, MEC, and our network. There's a lot of skills that we don't really have exposure to as a technical college that you will have access to. There's also events and say business case study ideas, idea pitching competitions. All of these events you'll have access to at IEDC, MEC, and all of these are essential skills no matter what industry you are in. If you have a lot of technical skill and you have no idea how to pitch it, then what's the use of it, right? Next, we have like I said, an amazing team ready to mentor you. Our teams, like personally, as in the design team, there are lots of people that want to come in and learn digital art or want to transition from traditional art to digital art. People who draw really well, who won lots of art competitions in school, like school level, really want to explore what digital art is, how to use Photoshop, how to transition from the paper form to a digital form. Because frankly, it's cheaper, easier, and it has way more coverage. It's more harder to say display an art piece and expect people to come see it compared to display like posting something on Instagram or on Pinterest or on Behance or whatever it is. So me personally, when I'm making a poster and my team, I get on Google Meet and I share my screen so that my team gets to know the entire design process. I personally been working as a designer for the last 6 years. So you know the caliber of the executive committee. You know what it takes to be an executive committee member. So as you work in this team that is mentoring you, you get ambitious too. You see people in your own college, in the final year, third year, that are in places that you want to be, that have experiences over the last 4 years that you want to have. And these skills are marketable. They'll help you in placements. They'll help you in higher studies. And you only realize that when you interact with people, when you get to know their career path, when you get to know their ambitions too, right? Right now, you guys are like empty shells or like rough stones that are waiting to be polished. So for that, you need to build this network, and IEDC MEC has the most strongest and the most viable networks for your future and for your ambition. And whenever you need help, whatever help you need, the executive committee of whichever department you're going to join, marketing, finance, or design, operations, we have a very, very friendly and collaborative executive committee ready to help you with whatever you want. And finally, like I said, constant guidance from the executive committee and the core committee. We have students from all the years in college. If you're too apprehensive about contacting a fourth year, like directly, you can talk to the second years in the core committee, the third years in the core committee. Or we've handpicked these students who we think are the best minds at MEC and the friendliest and the easiest to get along to. So we have quality people and like a huge amount of opportunity. So I really invite you to join IEDC MEC and take use of this opportunity. Thank you, guys, and moving over to Daniel.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Hari. That was great. Now, Hari spoke to us about the perks and opportunities that IEDC MEC presents, and it would be just empty words unless someone actually benefited from it. So to tell you about their story and their journey, we have with us Razeen and Aditya, who are part of the pre-incubation program. So they will be telling us more about this same program. So Razeen, Aditya, are you with us?
Yes, Daniel. So,
yes, Aditya, great. So you can take over now.
Hey guys, thank you, Daniel. Hey guys, I'm Aditya. I'm from the CSB batch, second year. And today I'll be talking to you about pre-incubation and how we benefited from pre-incubation. So pre-incubation is one of the most essential perks that IEDC MEC offers you. So pre-incubation is basically, if you have an idea for a company, or if you have an idea for a product, or any idea for that matter, we will help you to turn that idea into a reality, into a business. So imagine having a startup or a company while at MEC. That is what we provide you with. So what pre-incubation does is basically it takes you from your ideation phase. If you have an idea for a product, etc., we help you develop that idea into a product, and we take you to the incubation phase. So for those of you who don't know what pre-incubation and incubation is, so pre-incubation is basically the phase where you develop your idea and you develop that idea into a small MVP, that is called a minimum viable product. And once you have developed that minimum viable product, you are ready to, and we will be, IEDC MEC will be providing you full support, including mentoring sessions, funding, etc., for you to build out your product. And once you have built out your MVP, then we will be moving to the incubation phase, which will be provided by Kerala Startup Mission. Kerala Startup Mission is one of the most renowned incubators in India, and they provide a lot of funding and opportunities for you to grow your startup as a company. So that is what essentially pre-incubation is. So coming to how I actually benefited from pre-incubation, I'll actually tell you my story about how I actually got into pre-incubation, etc. So I had this idea where most of the problems that students face today are they don't know how to start with a particular development stack. For technology, for example, if you want to learn web development, if you want to learn game development, etc., you don't know how to start with that journey. You're really confused on how to start with that journey. So that is a problem that we are trying to solve. And that was my first product. It is basically a hackathon and an edtech platform where we help you take part in a lot of events, and also we help you learn throughout your developer journey. So that is essentially what my product is. And initially I didn't know how to proceed with my project, or whether I want to make this into a startup. So I was really passionate about starting my own company in college, and I really want to do something in that aspect. So that is when I approached Alan, the CEO of IEDC, with this idea, and he gave me this opportunity to get into pre-incubation. So what pre-incubation really did for me is we had one-on-one conversation with the Exicon team. We had a lot of conversation with Alan, etc., and they helped us develop this idea. And for me, who was coming from a technical background, who had no idea of business or no idea of how a startup works or what to do on how to start a startup, etc., Alan and all the Exicon members guided me throughout the process under the pre-incubation sessions, and also connected us with a lot of people, including the CEO of multiple companies, who actually mentored us and gave us insights on how we could improve our business model, how we could take this technical idea into a product or a company, and how we could actually proceed with this journey. So as all of you started out, will be starting out. Even I was really confused. I didn't know whether to start go on this journey or not. But they provided me with the complete support and the resources needed for me to actually proceed on this journey. And I'm currently building the product out right now. And all the credit goes to IEDC MEC for providing us with this opportunity. And also one more thing I would like to add on to this is the funding you get while in the pre-incubation stage. So as you know, we don't have, as students, we don't have a source of income. So all the more the funding we get, the better we can make the product. So IEDC MEC also provides you with funding for developing your MVP, and after you have developed your MVP, you will be eligible to receive a huge seed fund. Which seed fund is basically the first huge amount of funding you get to start your company with. You will be getting that opportunity from a Kerala Startup Mission as well after you have completed the pre-incubation phase. So, and also we connect you with a lot of people. We've personally received a lot of connections with mentors, big Ivy League entrepreneurs, etc. And also we have the option for angel investing as well. Angel investing is basically someone who wants to, who has a lot of money, who wants to invest in startups, etc. We also provide that option as well. So that is basically a pre-incubation for you guys. Thank you, Daniel. That will be all.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Thank you, Aditya. Thank you very much. And now I think we can move on to the final thing, which is the flagship event that IEDC MEC conducts, which is Technopreneur 2021. So to speak about that, we have with us again our CEO, Alan Joseph.
Hey, thanks, General. So, yeah, guys. So, Technopreneur is essentially the flagship event of IEDC MEC as well as MEC. In the sense, it's MEC's entrepreneurial summit. All right. So we have Excel as the Techno Managerial Fest, and we have Technopreneur as the annual e-summit of MEC. All right. This is the 11th edition of Technopreneur. Last it was held in 2016, and we're bringing it back this time. So over the years, we've had nationwide participation. We've received a footfall of 1,000 plus participants across top B schools and engineering colleges across the nation. Yeah, so we have had a rich legacy in the sense we've had Dr. K. Radhakrishnan, who was the former chairman of ISRO. We've had Chris Gopalakrishnan, former CEO of Infosys. We've had Sam Petroda. We've had Sudha Chandran, who was an actress. You know, it's a rich legacy, and yeah, we'll be releasing the promo out very soon, so you'll get a clearer idea of what it is exactly. Yeah, so as previously mentioned by the speakers, we'll be conducting a wide array of contests and competitions. And these competitions are essentially, there'll be boot camps, there'll be hackathons, there'll be pitching competitions, you know. So these competitions are going to help you, you know, get started on whatever we mentioned here, right? Whatever it is, with regard to maybe developing an idea of your own. Maybe you might say, how can I, you know, have an idea for a product, you know? So, you know, when you participate in these competitions, these boot camps or whatever, this is how essentially it's going to help you to do this, because like Aditya or Razeen, who are in the pre-incubation program right now, they participated in a lot of hackathons initially when they were in first year. You know, they got an idea of how actually, basically they identified the problems that were there. And, you know, they were able to come up with their own ideas. So, you know, we really encourage you to participate in hackathons, boot camps, idea pitching contests, right? We conduct them regularly as well as other college entities also. So, you know, we actually encourage you to go beyond the syllabus, because studying whatever is there in your curriculum is not enough, to be honest, like we previously mentioned. You know, you really need to go beyond the syllabus if you really want to, you know, make yourself as a successful graduate out of MEC. You know, you need to make your CV colorful. Not only that, you need to learn real world skill sets to be industry ready. And for that, actually, this is important, you know, not just the bookish knowledge that you'll be learning. You need to go really beyond that. And yeah, for that, we actually help you with it. And yeah, like Hari had previously mentioned, we'll be releasing the forms to join the community on the chat box right now. We're putting out in the chat box. So before that, we'll be having, so we are having a team, like we have various departments in the sense we have finance, marketing, technical team, design team, you name it. We have every department out there. And, you know, you can join this team, you can build these skill sets. So, in our tech team, for example, there are people who didn't know anything about web development, or, who were just starting off, and, we gave them an avenue, or we gave them specific tasks which would help them gain these skill sets. That goes the same for every department out there, design, marketing, whatever it is. So we follow mentorship based work culture, wherein we mentor you to learn something and you gain a particular skill set. So we take extra care of that. And yeah, like previously mentioned, we're a very friendly team, so you can approach us anytime. So yeah, basically that's it. Another thing about adding on to the pre-incubation process is the one-on-one sessions that we talked about, right? So these guys are very prominent people in the sense, these guys might have MBAs from top US universities, are running multi-million dollar businesses. These are the people who are actually mentoring these people, all right? So essentially, these guys are business industry experts who are guiding you with this entire process. And another thing about angel investing, what I wanted to point out is the amount of funding that you'll be getting. I'm not sure about NIT Calicut, but I can say for a surety that no other college in Kerala right now has angel investing options. No other IDC provides an option like that, but we do. And if you're able to build your idea into an MVP that is worthy of investment, our XMEC and angel investor pool will invest in your product or your service, and that investment might be in the range of above 50 lakh rupees. And so it's the range of 50 lakh to 1 crore rupees. So that's the amount of investment that you can get through our network, apart from the Kerala Startup Seed funding that Aditya previously mentioned. So yeah. So this is basically what IEDC MEC is about, and yeah, these are the services that we offer. So yeah. Over to you, Daniel. I guess now we can put up the links necessary to join the community. So yeah, that will put up right now. So we'll have a small Q&A session.
So Medha will be putting up the links for the social media pages and the form for joining our club, our cell. So yes, Medha will be doing that soon. Thank you very much, students, for being here. I hope this has been just as much a learning experience for you. And yes, we do hope to see you participate in all IEDC events and yes, become a part of this team. Thank you very much for being here. Have a nice day.